Find the coordinates of the vertex and the focus for the parabola given by the following equation. That equation. Okay, so I'm going to take that equation. I'm going to bring it down here. Well, actually, basically what they're asking us to do is they want us to make it, we're going to have to change it to the form like this. X minus h squared is 4a y minus k. And that's called completing the square. We have to complete the square on this one, meaning we got to make it to a squared format. So step one is, let me back that up. So step one is get x squared and x to the first left side, y to the first, and numbers on the right side. Okay, so I'm going to take x squared plus 18x. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to subtract the 16y and subtract the 161 from both sides. Gonzo equals minus 16y minus 161. I just subtracted from both sides, getting x squared and x to the first on the left side, and also I should say leave a blank. We're going to leave a blank right here where we're going to put in the completing number. So step two, take the middle number over 2 squared, add to both sides. So I'm going to figure out what that is. So that middle number, I'm going to take that 18 over 2 squared, 9 squared, 81, add that to both sides. So I'm going to go plus 81, well here, let me bring it down here. And it'll become x squared plus 18x minus 16 equals not minus 16y minus 161. And I'm going to add 81 to both sides, right? Because whatever you do to one side, you have no choice. You've got to do the same thing to the other to keep the balance. And now step 3 is to factor the left side. So let's factor this left side here. This is going to be 2 parentheses. And so x times x makes x squared. 9 times 9 makes 81, right? 9 and 9, that adds to be 18, multiplies, 9 and 9 multiplies to be 81, adds to be 18. The other side, minus 16y, minus 161 plus 81, isn't that minus 80? Yeah, minus 80, okay. So now notice the left side factors as a square. That's what we wanted, we're doing it. Oh, and factor left side, let me add to this. Factor out 4, well factor, yeah, let me change the game plan here. Factor left side, factor the right side. So let me back up and factor the right side also. So it's going to be minus 16. Okay, minus 16. And minus 16 is what? Use your calculator. Take 80 divided by 16. It'll tell you 5. So you need plus 5 here because minus 16 times plus 5 will go back to minus 80. Just found out by dividing, right? 80 divided by 16 told me 5. Okay, so I factored both sides. Now, what are we trying to find here? Vertex and focus. So we're almost there. Step 4. Factor out 4. Well, let me say that a little differently. Well, it's going to sound funny. The right side, I'd factor out of 4. So on the right side now, we've got to write minus 16 as 4, or negative 4, in this case negative 4, times something. It's going to be negative 4 times 4, like that. Negative 4 times 4. See how negative 4 times 4 is the same as negative 16? Now, why did I bother to do that? Yeah, you might say, sure, I see that's the same, but what a weird thing to do. Why are you doing that? Well, that's because that's the format of the parabola equations. Let me write those down real quick. Remember, if a parabola goes up, then its x squared is positive 4ay. If the parabola goes down, its x squared is minus 4ay. If the parabola goes to the right side, its y squared is positive 4ax. And if the parabola goes to the left side, its y squared is minus 4ax. They always have a 4 there, so we have to show a 4, and then this is a. Does that make sense? Whatever comes after the 4 or the minus 4, see, whatever comes after the 4 or the minus 4, that's a. So which equation do we have? We have the right side is y to the first power, and it's negative y to the first power. So that's this one, isn't it? That's ours. So our parabola goes down. So now I'm going to use, I did all that work. I did all the work to get this equation here so that I could now draw the graph, because that'll help me find what I need to find. So what am I going to do for the graph? So let's draw the graph, and its center is going to be back 9, down 5. So let's do it like this. In fact, we should probably go a little further. Okay, so let's do it. So the center of this one, remember the center is the opposite of this and the opposite of this. Opposite, opposite. So negative 9, back 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Back 9, down 5. Down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There it is. So there's the center. Back 9, down 5. How did I find that? Opposite of what's next to x, opposite of what's next to y. And then this probably goes down because it's negative y to the first, the negative y direction, going down. So it's from there, this parabola goes downward. Okay, the focus is always inside of the parabola. So let me bring this equation down here for us. So we've got x plus 9 squared equals minus 4 times 4 times y plus 5. Okay, so this is our A. A is how far from the center to the focus. How far from the center to the focus. So it's 4. So it's down 1, 2, 3, 4. Boom, right there must be the focus. A is because it's always inside. It's inside the parabola dish. So you know how to go down, and the distance is that A. That's why we bothered to take that minus 16 here and rewrite it as 4 times 4, because then that tells us what the A is. That's what they're saying in these formulas. They're saying if you'll just make it a 4, if you'll factor out a 4 in the front, then whatever comes after the 4, call it A, that'll be the distance, how far from the center to the focus. So there's the focus. A must be 4. And so that's the focus point. And what do they want from us on this problem? They want the vertex and the focus. So the vertex is this. This is the vertex, the center. And then the focus point What's the coordinates of this point? This is down how far? Down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So this is back 9, down 9 to this point, because this is back 9 here. Yeah, and this point is back 9, down 5. So there's the vertex, there's the focus, back 9, down 5, back 9, down 9. Yep, we got them. So there we go. So that was a lot of work, and that's some tricky work right at the end. Again, you've got it, when you have that 16, you got to write it as 4 times 4, so then that other 4, that's what these formulas are saying. Once you have a 4, whatever comes next to make your original 16, it's another 4. That's how far from the center to the focus. That told me to go down 4 to find the focus.